Are you having trouble with men committing to you and valuing you? This is probably why. Hi guys, welcome back to the Make Life Beautiful podcast. You're here with Wendy, and today we're going to talk about a topic that I feel like a lot of you guys are super curious about. I see so many TikToks on relationships where women are like, why is this man not committing to me? Why does he not value me? And I feel like these are some of the most common problems women have with men. And I think it has all to do with the modern way that we approach men. And before I jump into it, if you love this kind of content and want to support the podcast, please click the join button on my YouTube channel. There's a membership where I will reply all your comments and you guys can contribute stories and topics to the podcast. There's also an exclusive community section where I do one-on-one Q&As where you can ask any question and I'll answer it personally. And also you have access to exclusive live content and resources that you won't get online. Also guys, please visit my website, makelifebeautiful.today, and I have a workshop and some courses for you guys. These are for creators, people that want self-help and self-growth. Check it out and I've linked them down below. And if you're on another podcast platform, just look up makelifebeautiful.today. Hope to see you in the community, and let's jump into today's topic. Okay, so I feel like the way modern women are approaching men is just really backwards if what we want from the man is commitment and for them to value us. This is why there is a rise in situationships. I guess we used to call them like friends, acquaintances, I guess, with benefits, or, FBs. We know what that stands for. But there's a rise in a lot of non-committed relationship these days. And even though I feel like some women find power in that, are empowered with that, and empowered to you, this podcast is for women that actually want a committed relationship and where the man values you. Now, I want to talk about this topic because I don't really understand the situationship model. I've always been in committed relationships, and my committed relationships have always been very long relationships, like at least 2 years, anywhere between 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 8 years. So those are the kind of relationships I go in, and I look for commitment and I look for a man that values me, because that's kind of the only way I operate. I guess you can call me maybe not a modern woman, but if you are, power to you, you do your thing. I'm not really trying to convert anyone to a particular way of life. I'm just simply trying to share my experiences, like in terms of psychology, if you want a man in a committed relationship. Now, the first thing that I see women doing completely wrong in modern dating is approaching the man. And the stories I hear from my guy friends and other girlfriends is women, the younger generation. I sound like a boomer, don't I? I'm 37, so maybe I am. But younger women are very aggressive when they approach men. And to me, this will backfire on you if what you want is that guy to value you, first of all, and second of all, for that guy to commit to you. One is because if you are approaching him in traditional men and kind of women dynamics, men approach the women because men are hunters, right? Men are the ones to hunt out their prey. They're the ones to go get something. That's just like a very masculine energy kind of thing. And women can have masculine energy. And maybe the women approaching the men are tapping into their masculine energy when they are approaching males. As a result, maybe the guys that you attract tend to be guys with more feminine energy. I don't believe that masculine and feminine energy have to do with gender. It just has to do with the energy you kind of throw out there. And polar opposites attract, like polarity attracts. If you're a very masculine woman, feminine men probably are more attracted to you because masculine energy and masculine energy just tend to repel. That's just the natural order of things. So if you are going really hard on, aggressive for a guy, what message does this send to them? First of all, it sends to them the message that they are the valued one. Like, I'm the prize. You're chasing me, so I must be like more valuable than you because you're the one chasing me. You're the one that chases is always chasing the prize, right? The prize never chases the other person. So the subconscious messaging you're sending to this guy is he's like, oh, wow, I'm really wanted. This girl really wants me. I'm sure other girls wants me because like, if this hot lady wants me, then I must be pretty important. So you're sending him this message that he's kind of better than you. You're not making him chase you. You're chasing him. So when you are really aggressively chasing a guy, you may think like, I'm just going to get what I want. The whole boss babe vibe where you're like, I'm just gonna go out there and get what I want. I think that's very empowering, but it definitely backfires in the male psychology because now they think they're the prize. No, girls, we are the prize. We make them chase us. So first of all, you gotta be less aggressive. And there are ways to get a guy interested in you without outright obviously chasing him. And one of the ways is to be in your confident zone. Like, be your own person. Make him notice you. Use your power to attract. You don't have to be that direct with it. Like, to go out and directly chase a guy, it's being too direct. It's too obvious. You need to find ways to attract the guy where he thinks he's the one doing all the work. There's something to be said in psychology. When you work really hard for something, you tend to value it more. When something comes too easy and too fast, you actually value it less. It's like an uncontrollable part of our brain. If something comes too easy, it goes easy too. Easy come, easy go. So you want this guy to be chasing you and for him to feel that it's so hard to get you. So throwing yourself at a guy does the complete opposite of that. See how that works? So ladies, what do I suggest you do? So first of all, I think we need to address this whole thing about attachment to a certain guy. If you are so attached on getting this one guy, you're gonna give out energy where you're gonna be maybe more aggressive to him, but also you're gonna give out the energy where like he can sense that you are desperate for him. You will do anything not to lose him because you are so attached to this guy. Like he's the only one on your mind. That energy, for some reason, just repels men. Or they kind of leave you on the side and know that they can come to you whenever they want. And so therefore, you end up being in a situationship, the side girl, the girl that they call in the middle of the night if they're bored. But you're not going to be that prize and that one girl that they value and chase. So what do you do about that? How do you get rid of this attachment from the guy? Well, first of all, I think it's really important for us ladies to have our own hobbies, our own identity, and our own life. When your life is full and your life is filled with great people, great energy, great hobbies, this guy is a nice to have, but he shouldn't become your world. If a certain guy is becoming your world, you need to really think like, what are you really missing in your life? Because it's probably not a dude. It's probably some great friends that you can spend some time with, some great hobbies you can spend some time with, some things you can learn, maybe a career you can work on. But guys are really attracted to women when they don't need them. I know that's really, really hard to swallow, and as like a woman that cares about a guy when I'm getting involved, I want to do everything for the guy, but that actually backfires for you if the guy is not even with you yet. Like, don't be giving him, girlfriend, wife privileges when you're not even in a committed relationship. You're selling yourself too short. Only give that energy when the guy has proven his worth, has committed to you, and has sacrificed for you. That's when he deserves that kind of energy. Before that, focus on yourself, do your own thing, and build yourself up. Maybe after you build yourself up and you educate yourself, you work on yourself, you get your self-growth down, you learn more, you get your career on track, maybe you'll be attracting even better guys than the one you're obsessed with right now. So live your own life, girls. This guy is just a side character to it, not the main character. You're still the main character. The other thing that I feel like we do as women a lot that really backfires on us if we want the guy to value us and commit to us is to give them more energy than their position in our lives. What do I mean for that? I did mention this prior, but would you treat someone like your mom if they weren't actually your mom? Would you treat someone like a best friend when you just met them. So why are you treating guys like your boyfriend and giving them privileges to your body, privileges to your emotions, privileges to your life when they aren't even your boyfriend yet? That doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense for any other relationship, but for some reason as women, we fall into this hole where we feel like a guy pays attention to us and hallelujah, we're giving them boyfriend privileges after one night. Why? Why are we doing that, guys? We are not valuing ourselves. We are not valuing our energy. We're not valuing our body. We're not valuing our time. And we're not valuing our emotions when we act like that. And then for guys, it's like they have this environment where they're like, oh, girls are really, really easy. So I don't even need to commit to anyone. And I get everything that I want. Because for guys, what they truly want is not really your emotions. Well, it is, but it's also like your body. Your body and your commitment to them is also the prize. And so if you're giving it up so easily, then why do they have to work for it? And if they don't work for it, they don't value it. And that's just how it is. And I think the really hard pill to swallow with this is you may not get that particular guy that you want. Because if that particular guy doesn't respond in a way without you chasing him, because it's very easy to get a guy if you overcommit to him and you overgive. Like, why wouldn't someone get a great deal? Like, if someone's offering you a BMW for $5, why would you not take it? Of course you'd take it. But the thing is, if you're actually valuing the BMW at the price that it is, the guy may not buy it. Unfortunately, that's the reality. And I think sometimes you're so attached to this one particular guy that you will just discount your self-worth until at which point he's like, this is such a bargain, I'm gonna take it. And you're probably scared that if you raise the price to where it's supposed to be, that he's gonna walk right past you and buy another car. But the thing is, girls, like, why would you want someone that only wants you at a discount? That doesn't make sense. Like, value yourself more. You need to have your self-worth in order to find someone that values you. Because if you don't value yourself, how will he ever value you? You are the first person that should be valuing yourself. And I feel like guys sense this. Like, guys will sense if you don't truly value yourself and then take advantage of it. Because behind every good guy is a guy that would take advantage of an easy situation. No matter how great or nice a guy is, you can't really blame him for grabbing that BMW for $5. Like, why not? It's just there. And because it only costs $5, he still has enough money to buy 10 more cars. It's not a big outlay for him. It's not a big commitment of his time. It's not a big commitment of his energy. So yeah, let's just take it for a test drive. Why not? But do you really want to be that car, girls? Do you really want to be that BMW? I know I don't. I want someone that's paying full price or a markup, because I know at the end of the day, after they paid for that, they'll be like, oh my God, that's like all my savings. I better cherish this thing. You know, when you buy something really expensive and if there's like a single scratch on it or you bump it, you just like freak out. You want to be that girl to the guy. You don't want to be the thing that they bought at the dollar store that they're like, oh yeah, if this like wears out, I'm just going to throw it out and buy another one. You don't want to be that girl. So value yourselves, girls. Price yourself at your market value. And I think this all comes to kind of knowing ourselves and our boundaries and how we react. Because even though I'm saying all these things, I'm that first girl that gets super obsessive with the guy, has like blinders for one person and just wants to give, because that's just how I am. And I'm like that as a friend. I'm like that as a person. So it's not like I have to change that about myself, because I feel like that's what's great about me. If I truly care about you, you're going to get 110% of me. I'll be that friend that drives to your house at 2 a.m. because you're upset. I'm going to be that person that lends you $5,000 because you need it. I'm going to be that person that gives up all my free time to help you with something if I truly care about you. And that's what is the great thing about me. And I don't want you guys to change that about yourself either if you're that type of person. What you need to do is understand yourself a bit more and set up boundaries. So for me, especially with friendships, I've been taken advantage so many times from friends, because I think with friendships, You can obviously have more than one friend, so it's easier to be taken advantage of. And I just love to help out my friends. And what I've discovered is people in my life have made use of that. What I've learned is it's actually my fault. It's not them. I spend a lot of my life blaming my friends when it's just really, I don't have boundaries. And the same thing with dating. You can blame the guy for using you, but at the end of the day, you chose to give your body, you chose to give your emotions, you chose to give your time. It's actually your problem. So what can we do about it? Well, we can actually understand how we work, right? So for me, with my friendships and dating, I know there's a point where if I, give my body to a guy, or if I overinvest my time with a guy, it's like the end of the road. So I don't do that unless I'm sure. I don't commit to a friendship unless I've scouted out that they're a good person. You don't commit until you are sure. The other thing is I've implemented certain, I wouldn't say tests, but they're tests. I have certain criteria that I don't say out loud, but in my head, I'm like, I'm really not going to think about this guy until he ticks these boxes. And a lot of those boxes for me are service-based. Have they done this for me? Have they shown that they will give up XYZ for me? Have they sacrificed Y for me? So one of the weird checklists I used to have, and I don't have anymore because I realized it was kind of weird and maybe kind of attracted the wrong type of guys, was I needed to be sure that a guy would come over and do my dishes before I would commit to dating him. Isn't that kind of weird? I don't even know why I came up with that. So girls, you might want to think about what this criteria really is and really, really think about whether you're attracting the right type of people with this. But for some reason, I hated doing dishes all my life. And so I thought that I really just wanted a partner that could do dishes. And the thing is, when a guy does dishes for you, it seems like a big sacrifice because it's not a very manly thing for a guy to come to your house and do your dishes. As a woman, you're supposed to be the one doing the dishes in traditional gender roles. I mean, not anymore in modern society. But for some reason, that gave me some sort of security in the relationship that the guy would sacrifice, doing the dishes for me. And for some reason, that confirmed their commitment. It was a really weird test. The example I'm giving you with this is not because you should use this test, because I realize it's a really weird test and maybe I shouldn't be using it, and I haven't anymore now that I've grown up a little bit more. But that's what I mean. You should have certain things that you require of the guy to do before you give yourself to him, and have those standards be high. And it's okay if a lot of men don't make that standard. That is the point of the standard. And it's okay if the guy that you really, really want and you think is the hottest guy doesn't meet that standard. It's better than wasting your time getting hurt, getting more trauma, getting more emotional baggage at the end of the day for a chance to just be with this guy for a short period of time, or even just have him for one night. What is the point of that? I mean, if that's what you really want, then yeah, but the guy is probably not going to be committed or valuing you in the way that you want him to. So yeah, put up those walls, put up those boundaries. That's what you need. And anyways, I just wanted to do this podcast because I've just noticed, how women are acting these days and how easily we're giving up very valuable parts of ourselves for nothing. And I'm just well, guys have to work a little bit harder for us. I'm sorry. That's something I believe in and something that I stand for. You may not agree with me, and feel free to share your opinions in the comments. This is simply my opinion and the way that I view things. And of course, I'm not shoving that down your throats. You do you. And if you're willing to take the responsibility and the consequences for however you live your life, that's the most mature thing. And you can live your life however you want. So girls, I hope that's kind of helped you. I really want to hear your stories as well. Share your stories with me in the comments of my YouTube channel. If you're watching this on another podcast platform, comment on my social media. Let me know what's up. I want to hear your stories. I'm super curious. Anyways, if you guys love this kind of content and want to support this podcast, don't forget to join the community here on YouTube. And also check out my website, makelifebeautiful.today, to see if there's any workshops and courses that you love from me. I want to be mentoring mentoring you guys and sharing information from my experiences. This is really fulfilling for me, and I look forward to chatting with you guys there. All right, beauties, see you guys next week for another topic. And until then, love you all and make life beautiful. Love you.
Your spirit, mind, and body just to get me where you want me.